Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Snap Material Podcast. I'm Jesse Starcher. Over there is Evan Bevins, and we are about to discuss our experience with the Marvel Beach Bash. We're also going to be discussing our unlocks. Not all of them. We're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to talk about our 5 favorite cards that we got out of, because we got 2 months of unlocks. We've got to at least have experience. So we're going to pick our favorites that we got out of those. And
don't worry, I'm still going to complain about a subset of variants.
Okay. We'll get into our meta a little bit there too, and then we are going to discuss Spider-Man Brand New Day, which released June 30th of 2026. So up first, yes, like I said, we're going to be talking about what happened during the Beach Bash. We have 2 terms that we talked about previously. This is Empowered, which is a card's power has been permanently increased. Ongoing power changes do not count, but setting a card to a higher power now does. Movable is also a term that has basically, both of these terms are essentially a renaming abilities that have already been there. Movable has been an ability as well. This card could be moved if you already know cards like Nightcrawler, Jeff, Vision, Cloak, or locations like New York. This is the same kind of movement language in a cleaner keyword form. All right, up first, Jeff the Baby Dolphin? Question mark? See, I learned something. 2 cost, 2 power, Series 5 premium.
Wait. You missed some punctuation.
Oh.
There's an exclamation point and a question mark.
Dolphin?
There you go. Yes.
All right. 2 cost, 2 power, Series 5 premium pass card. Your cards reveal here with +1 power, and this is movable once. So just kind of a heads up, I got the season pass really late, like with a week left to go, maybe a little less than that.
Once you found out it was a bash instead of a blast, you were all over it.
So I get him, and I don't really use him in anything. He's going to be folding into that empowered ability for sure. What, you ended up getting them early, I imagine, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. What'd you think of Jeff the Baby Dolphin?
I thought he was a lot of fun. I definitely prefer him to original recipe Jeff. They both can get places they're not supposed to be. It's just that Jeff the Baby Landshark can start there and end up there, and Jeff the Baby Dolphin can end up there. I know Movable and Empowered were highlighted, but Empowered was definitely the way to go. I had Jeff in lots of teams, accompanied by a character I'm not sure he's ever shared a comic with, which is especially interesting since his first Infinity comic has a whole crap ton of Marvel people at a pool party. So Jeff gets around. But yeah, I used Jeff quite a bit. He was not my most used card from this season, but he was close, and he works in move decks. There's a lot of formats he works in, obviously with empowered cards, and yeah, he's a card that it feels like you could, obviously there's certain synergies that are better than others, but he's a card that it feels like you could just throw in a general deck. I know they're getting more and more specialized, but he's not like, I want to say Red Guardian and Red Hulk are like my go-tos, and he's not as omnipresent as those. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
And it's an adorable little land shark and an adorable little dolphin.
All right, the super premium pass card this season was Venus, 3 cost, 3 power, super premium pass. The ability here, when your cards in play are empowered, give those cards an additional +1 power. And I gotta say that I seen Venus a lot this season. Did not end up with Venus. I didn't spring for the super premium pass, but boy, did I see Venus a good bit.
So would you say she's your fire or your desire even?
Yes, indeed.
I pulled Venus, was one of 2 cards I got in a pack, and there were 3 packs I got this season that I got 2 characters out of.
That's insane. And getting the super premium pass card, that's impressive.
Really? I wish I could tell you how I did it. So, yeah, Venus got in even more decks than Jeff. The crazy things I told you about, was it stuff I was doing in-game or just the amount of cards I was acquiring?
See, amazing. I think you getting the 2 cards out of the packs was what really amazed me.
Anytime anybody was adding points, I was trying to get Venus in that deck. I did add her to my zombie deck. Haven't used that a whole bunch. I had her in a deck that was doing really good for me that I called End Game because it was a lot of end of turn cards. So had Drax, Iska, Thing, First Steps, Thena, Marvel Boy, and anytime they gained, if Venus was out there, they gained 1 more. And when you start talking cards that double power, that's where she can get even more dangerous.
Oh, wow.
But it's still +1, but suddenly you're like, if you move the torch, instead of you go from a 2 to a 4, then you go from a 2 to a 4 to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's going to 10 next time. I put Venus in a lot of decks, but Jesse, what cost is Venus?
3.
And what do I do with every cost card I get eventually?
Silver Surfer is involved.
That is correct. Silver Surfer and Silver Surfer First Steps and Chameleon, and put them with Venus, Jeff the Baby Dolphin, the Brood, of course, even Elsa Bloodstone, and my guy Phaistos, and Gambit, why not? And rode that train to Infinite.
Did you really?
With a Surfer deck.
Wow. Very nice. Congratulations once again. My goodness. Well,
and got Odin to come in there at the end, so it got pretty interesting.
Pretty beefy. That's really interesting. I wondered about her value. It sounds like, just like you said, when they're empowered, they're given an extra +1. Yeah, I could understand her being an MVP for sure. So
yeah, that was my favorite card of the season. I knew she was good, but
well, again, it's fantastic that you were able to get her out of a pack. That just amazes me. So, all right. Well, next up,
I wish I could say it was skill. It's all luck, my friend.
Well, I did follow your lead, and I immediately was trying to get to another pack as soon as I could, and I did. I ended up with 2 cards in a pack as well. So nice. I think they call them God packs, I believe is what they call them. I think that's the term they use. But
possibly, but
I don't know. I have no idea either. I don't know what dictates somebody getting one versus not, the chances, whatever.
I'd gotten a few, but I'm not sure. I should have kept better track, but I'm not sure I had gotten 3 of those since they started doing the packs. I've maybe gotten 3 since they started doing them. I got 3 this season.
All right, well, next up is Monstro. 8 cost, 8 power. This card's cost is reduced by the cost of your deck's top card. I don't think I changed much when I wrote this one down here. I said I like this, kind of nice to draw and do the math in your head to figure out what the next card may be. Might be helpful with Hydro Man. I saw Monstro every once in a while. Yeah. I didn't like him. I didn't like him being played because somebody could get him for a pretty cheap price at 2 cost, 8 power, or whatever. A 0 cost, 8 power is possible.
Yeah.
So, your thoughts on Monstro?
I didn't even think of the predictive nature of him. I did use him. I don't know if he made it all the way through, but I did use him in my high voltage deck for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But it was mainly confusing because I'd be like, oh, cool, Monstro's got this. Then I'd draw a card, and then his cost would change. So it was hard for me.
Yeah.
Monstro was. Because Jeff has an associate in the comic. Ken, I think it's short for Kraken, and he's a little octopus, except he lost one of his tentacles, so he's like a septopus or whatever.
Okay.
And he was the quote-unquote threat that Jeff ended up with Aquaman with to try to save Infinity Comic crossover on Marvel Unlimited.
Oh, really? Very cool.
Yeah, so that's who I thought it was.
Okay.
Because Monstro, I initially thought, oh yeah, the whale from Pinocchio. So I'm not familiar with Marvel Monstro very much, but I did get him. I think he was one of 2 cards I pulled in a pack. So yeah, Monstro. Oh yeah, I got Monstro, and I'm like, okay, well, he's kind of cool. I found myself confused by how much he was going to cost, but then again, on high voltage, you're drawing 2 cards a turn. So that's to be expected.
Ouch.
And I just like the idea of giant cartoonish monsters mixed in with my superheroes. So thumbs up to Monstro.
All right, and our next card is Jubilee, Silver Surfer, 4 cost, 2 power. When you draw a card, add this card's power to it. And I remember being astounded at the fact that this is potentially plus whatever that power is to the next card every turn. And I was definitely interested in getting this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I just noticed they bumped her up to a 3 power.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot it was this close. She was the card that came in the pack with Monstro.
Oh, really? Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking at different cards to boost her. I tried a lot of Jubilee Silver Surfer decks. The one that I finally stayed with included Agony, Surge, Zabu, Hulkbuster, Penny Parker, Captain Carter, Phastos. Even got another card from this season in there, and then a few other cards I'd like to boost up, like Iska. And threw Spider-Man Noir in for good measure, since Zabu was already there, and maybe he could draw Jubilee with an 8 power.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a lot of fun to try to build decks with, and yeah, it got crazy sometimes.
After that, we have Submariner, 1 cost, 2 power. When this is empowered, or add a random 1 cost character to your hand with that same increase, if in hand or in play. I liked this card. I wanted to get it, and I did not. I wrote down here, would have loved to have seen him with Muir Island, just watching him get new cards, new 1 cost cards with these bigger abilities. What'd you think here? Run into Submariner at all?
I ran into him a few times. Somehow he was the only new card this season I didn't get.
Wow.
I wanted to put him in there with like Marvel Boy, and I don't know, he just seems like he'd be a lot of fun to build with, and probably get Venom or Strange Supreme in there to consume some of those 1 costs that he generates. But yeah, he seems like he'd be more fun than actual Namor.
Yeah.
I don't mean the card, the character.
Right.
He's no Sebastian Shaw, but he's not the first guy you're going to invite to the party.
That's true.
And then he's always so serious, and you have to be like, wait, seriously, you fly with little ankle wings? I have to do a straight face when I'm talking to you, sir?
That's tough to do.
Yeah, also, his costume during the Jason Aaron run on Avengers was also the same one worn by Spider, the guy who replaced Jack Black in No Vacancy in School of Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole blog post about it. Check it out.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, he's one I definitely would like to get. A lot of fun cards this season, but he escaped me.
All right. Well, the next up is Namorita. 3 cost, 5 power. When you draw a card, give it -1 cost if this is your only card here. Now, I wrote down here, I think I may have seen her once. I've seen her a couple times after this, but I thought this was an interesting one as well. I love getting cards on the cheap. So giving it -1 cost, that's awesome. But again, not a common card I saw this season, but I wrote down here I may have seen her once. I've probably seen her a few more times since then. But what's your thoughts on Namorita?
I got her, and this is not the decks I sent you, but I put her in a new Islands in the Stream deck with Namora.
Yeah.
Since she likes to be alone anyway. But really, her true calling, I completely missed it last time. What she's doing on her base card, she is playing volleyball.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I know where this is going.
She is. We were talking last time. We need a variant playing volleyball. So there I sent you. I didn't actually play it because I'm not sure how useful it is. This was with the help of IMDb because I've never seen either Top Gun movie all the way through. But I sent you a Top Gun deck.
Iceman, Goose, Merlin, Mr. Fantastic, Maverick, Viper, Warrior, Namorita, Phoenix Force, Captain Marvel, Sentry, and Iron Man.
Okay, so did you understand all those references?
Not exactly. Aside from Iceman, Goose, and Maverick, obviously. But give me the rest here.
Okay, so I went to IMDb and saw some of the other call signs from the movie. So apparently there was a guy who went by Merlin.
Oh my gosh.
There was somebody who went by Viper.
No, well, okay, I could see that.
There was somebody who went by Warlock. Namorita's on there because she's playing volleyball.
Okay, that fits.
There was a lady in Top Gun Maverick who went by Phoenix, so Phoenix Force I figured was close enough.
Close enough.
Captain Marvel she's a fighter pilot.
She is.
So she fits. The others are cast members. Miles Teller was in Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
And though most of the world would like to forget it, he played Reed Richards, a.k.a. Mr. Fantastic, in the 2015 Fantastic Four movie.
Fan-4-stick.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And so then, keeping in that vein, Lewis Pullman, who played Sentry in Thunderbolts, asterisk,
Okay.
was in Top Gun Maverick. And I believe in the original Top Gun, in addition to Clarence Gilliard Jr., who is Walker's partner on Walker, Texas Ranger, and if I ever knew this, I totally forgot, Meg Ryan in the original Top Gun.
Right.
So is Adrian Pasdar.
Okay.
Who you might remember as Senator Nathan Petrelli from Heroes.
Okay. All right.
Or Glenn Talbot and later Graviton from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Sadly, there's no Glenn Talbot or Graviton snap card, but who there is a snap card of?
Tell me.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
And when Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want to voice Iron Man in animated projects, who they call?
No.
Adrian Pasdar.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's a terrible deck, but I think so. I didn't even try it out, but
Well, I don't know.
there's a Top Gun deck.
That's great.
From someone who knows next to nothing about the movie.
That is putting in the work right there. I am absolutely impressed.
Let's see.
Fantastic.
Maybe next time we'll try an Iron Eagle deck.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'll go on a tangent right now if I don't stop myself.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe we'll save that for when they finally give El Aguila his own snap card.
Yeah.
The Eagle.
The Eagle. Okay. All right, so next card is going to be Quicksand. 2 cost, 4 power. This was...
Oh, yeah, we were talking about cards.
2 cost, 4 power. This came from High Voltage Overdrive. The next time your opponent would start a turn with bonus energy, they don't get it. I did ground this out and got Quicksand pretty specialized, in my opinion. But there is a lot more cards and a lot more decks that seem to be taking advantage of the option to get extra energy for sure. The classic Destroy deck is always something that was killing off X-23 to get some extra energy. So I got the card. I haven't used her yet.
I did get her, but I had her used against me at the unfortunate moment when I was running my Jim Hammond deck.
Okay.
That's right. I built a whole deck around Jim Hammond.
Nice.
Human Torch. The android Human Torch.
That's right. How's he a Human Torch?
Well, he was supposed to look human, and the fun thing is, at least at one point, he wasn't designed to burst into flames. He just kept bursting into flames, and they couldn't figure out why. But yeah, I was like, I wonder if I could do something with Jim Hammond. And I'm like, hey, this isn't bad. And then somebody brought out Quicksand, and I'm like, guys, it's my whole shtick here.
Bummer. All right. Then we move to Grand Arena, and this is where we get the card Triton. 3 cost, 4 power. On reveal, give the last character each player played last turn plus 3 power. I had no desire to get this card. I had no desire to play Grand Arena. For some reason, Grand Arena is very, very low on my... As far as like all the fun modes or whatever you want to call these, mini games, I don't know. As far as all of these special events that they bring up, I don't like Grand Arena for some reason. I just don't. What's your thoughts on Triton?
I got him because I made fun of you so much for not getting Cassandra Nova that time that I am deathly afraid of missing out on a card in a special game mode. And not only that, I think I got the premium pass, so I got the one of him windsurfing with a Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh, okay.
I then added a purple cosmic border and a cosmic background, so it looks like he's like surfing on Asgard in space.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I did use him. I threw him into a deck with Jubilee Silver Surfer because I'm like, hey, if I can play him after Jubilee Silver Surfer, then there's 3 more points I can put on her and 3 more power I can give to cards I draw, and who cares if the other side gets 3 more power.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I found Triton somewhat useful, but the main thing I thought about Triton is, do you know what he is?
So I remember we had a discussion our last podcast where I got Triton mixed up with like 3 or 4 different guys.
Yeah.
Triton is an Inhuman.
He is.
All right. See, I learned something.
There you go. See, kids, you can learn. Your mistakes don't have to define.
If you're coming here for Marvel Snap strategy, no. But if you're wanting to learn species of comic book characters, we got you covered. All right. Locations. First up is Boardwalk. End of turn. Give the lowest power cards here +1 power. I wrote down here I like this location. I didn't play a whole lot while it was featured, I think until the very end, but I like the fact that it kind of gives you an excuse to get your lower power cards there. And then they will continue to go up, they get empowered, whatever. Probably folds into your strategy. But any thoughts on Boardwalk?
Yeah, it's always fun to bring Venus to the Boardwalk.
Okay. And then we have Sandcastle after turn 5 in the game. This, I didn't play at all when this was featured. Recently, I think I was playing, it must have been a regular game. Anyway, it showed up and I was like, nope, turn that 5, let's try it again, turn 5 ender into a turn 7 ender. So, what are your thoughts here on Sandcastle?
I must not have played much when it was featured either. I know I saw it, but I don't remember anything happening. I assume a game or two ended at turn 5 unless somebody changed the location. I know it's a thing, but I don't remember much about it.
That is kind
Maybe
of like...
Professor X from Doctor Strange mind wiped me.
All right, well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's our discussion about the Marvel Beach Bash. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.